In October 2025, a Beijing couple presses a screwdriver against their apartment's load-bearing pillar, and it collapses into a cascade of sand. A Zhengzhou woman steps onto her 22nd floor balcony at 3 a.m., her 1.1 million yuan debt too heavy to bear. Nationwide, first quarter births dropped to 300,000, leaving maternity wards silent. This is China Undercover, where homes betray their owners, debts swallow lives, and tomorrow's children never arrive. Let's enter the apartment in Beijing's Chaoyang district. The couple, both in their 30s, had pooled every overtime hour and parental loan to secure 119 square meters at 6,051 yuan per square meter in 2020. They pictured birthday parties in the living room, their toddler racing down the hallway. But one evening, the husband noticed a hairline crack in the load-bearing pillar. He fetched a screwdriver from the toolbox. The tip sank in like butter. Concrete crumbled away in chunks, revealing a hollow core. No rebar, no aggregate, just compacted sand and a thin plaster shell. The wife filmed on her phone, voice shaking. "We sold our youth for this. Now it's nothing." The video exploded on Douyin, racking up millions of views. Comments poured in. "My complex is the same, sleeping on a time bomb." Developer said century-grade steel frame. Where is the steel? 3 blocks north, another family battles a different betrayal. In a 90-square-meter unit bought the same year, the ceiling has become a leaky sieve. The owner, a schoolteacher named Liu, has patched 78 separate spots with mortar over 6 months. Each repair lasts days before water seeps through again, staining textbooks and soaking the child's crib. The sales brochure, still pinned to the fridge, boasts imported German waterproof membrane. Liu shows the camera the yellowed pages. "They sold us a dream. We got a colander." The despair deepens in Zhengzhou's plain new district. A 42-year-old accountant purchased a 3 million yuan standalone villa in 2021, taking a 2.1 million yuan mortgage with monthly repayments of 13,000 yuan. She imagined weekend barbecues in the garden, her aging parents retiring nearby. But identical villas now list at 900,000 yuan. The math is merciless. Selling covers less than half the loan, leaving 1.1 million yuan unpaid. Bank calls come nightly. Her husband stopped speaking weeks ago. On October 25th at 3 a.m., she wrote a note, "The house won," and climbed the balcony rail. The fall took seconds. Police taped off the site by dawn. The bank's SMS arrived at 9:15 a.m. "Payment overdue. Please remit immediately." Shenzhen's cramped studios tell parallel tragedies. A 28-year-old graphic designer and her engineer husband bought a 48-square-meter unit in 2019. Down payment, 370,000 yuan, scraped from wedding gifts and bonuses. Loan, 860,000 yuan at 5.87% interest. They skipped vacations, ate instant noodles, dreamed of a crib in the corner. The market plunged. Resale value below the balance. The husband left 6 months ago, unable to face the interest statements. She now pays over 10,000 yuan monthly alone while freelancing from the sofa. New clothes? None in 5 years. She holds up her first pair of pajamas to the camera, purchased last month on sale. "I'm 30. This is luxury." The child sleeps beside her on the floor, unaware the walls are closing in. Tianjin's secondary listings read like autopsy reports. One 119-square-meter apartment entered the market on June 24, 2018, at 1.92 million yuan. It peaked at 1.98 million in a brief bubble. Then the cuts began. 8,000 yuan, 20,000. 80,000, 47 adjustments, over 2,657 days. Current price, 890,000 yuan. The owners chat with the agent. I have already cut off my own head to reach this. Still, no one looks. Each revision notification arrives like another funeral. Huizhou pushes surrender to its logical end. An 88 square meter unit, sold new in 2018 for nearly 2 million yuan, now carries a 310,000 yuan tag. The owner, a former factory manager laid off in the downturn, posts on Weibo, "Keys are yours. Take the apartment. I only want the debt to die." His spreadsheet, 720,000 yuan down, 1.14 million owed, 400,000 already paid. I bought 2 homes, one for my family, one for the bank. The post garners 50,000 shares, 0 serious inquiries. Rural Henan offers a slower, more haunting collapse. A village that bustled with 5,000 souls in 2010 now shelters exactly 1. The last resident, 78-year-old Uncle Zhang, films his nightly patrol with a trembling phone. He passes courtyard after courtyard, doors ajar, windows shattered, laundry lines sagging with faded clothes no one will claim. He counts lights after sunset. 0. "My neighbors left for cities that promised jobs," he says. "The cities sent them back broke. Now even I am packing." The wind whistles through empty alleys. Nationwide data delivers the final blow. First quarter 2025 births, 300,000, down from 9 million the previous year, a 96.7% plunge. Obstetric wards in second-tier cities merge or shutter. Kindergartens post 4 lease signs over playgrounds where laughter once echoed. In Guangdong, a middle school dormitory became ground zero for unexplained loss. On September 18th, 14-year-old Pan Yunan entered room 404 at 2:30 p.m. Surveillance coverage ends at the corridor bend. He never emerged. His bed remains neatly made, school bag untouched, shoes missing. Campus lockdowns, neighborhood sweeps, railway station checks, nothing. The mother's daily visits to the police station yield the same line: case active. The human toll is measurable in square meters of sand, in yuan of vanished equity, in cribs that stay empty. But the system enforces its own logic. Henan's Yingtian Street Night Market, once the province's largest open-air economy, was ordered shuttered for 100 days in July under an official air pollution prevention directive. By October 27th, most vendors had complied, their stalls padlocked, dreams on hold. At 2 a.m., one owner, desperate for a single night's income, flipped on a string of LED bulbs. City enforcement vans arrived within minutes. The first officer swung a baton at the vendor's head. Blood sprayed across plastic tables. Other stall owners surged forward, mothers, grandfathers, teenagers, armed with stools and metal poles. The clash lasted 20 minutes. Phones captured every blow, every scream. By dawn, the pavement glistened dark. Ambulances carried away at least 7 injured. No official count exists. The market remains sealed behind yellow tape. Its future listed as pending review. In Wuxi, Jiangsu, rights defender Shen Aibin walked into Dongting police station on October 27th to collect a formal summons for a friend's case. Station logs timestamp his entry at 14:07. At 14:12, he was dragged out unconscious, face a mask of blood, left eye swollen shut. Paramedics rushed him to intensive care with multiple facial fractures. The police report, 1 paragraph long. Subject resisted lawful orders during document processing. No body cam footage released. Hebei's Sandu City woke to silence on October 27th. Public buses, usually 60 vehicles strong, remained parked in the depot. Drivers, unpaid for 7 consecutive months, formed a human chain across the gates. Banners read, "No wages, no wheels." Commuters waited at stops that never filled. By 11 a.m., management promised expedited review. The picket dissolved. Buses rolled out at noon, drivers still empty-handed. The pattern is not coincidence. It is architecture. Walls built with sand instead of cement. loans structured to outlive incomes, births engineered into extinction by cost and fear, enforcement calibrated to crush resistance before it spreads. China in 2025, where the roof you mortgaged your life for may cave in tomorrow, and the streets outside grow quieter with every passing night. The emptiness spreads beyond individual homes into entire districts. Take Huizhou's Diejia Garden, a 2018 development marketed as coastal luxury living. Phase 1 sold out at 20,000 yuan per square meter. Phase 2 launched amid fanfare. Today, a nighttime drone survey reveals the truth. Of 12 high-rise towers, fewer than 10 windows glow per building. Ground floor shops, once destined for cafes and pharmacies, stand boarded, weeds pushing through concrete. A security guard, paid 3,000 yuan monthly to patrol ghosts, says, "I walk 15 kilometers nightly. I see more stray dogs than people." Zhengzhou's Plains New District, the same area where the villa owner jumped, was planned for 500,000 residents by 2025. Current occupancy estimates hover below 80,000. Streetlights illuminate vacant boulevards designed for rush-hour traffic. Billboards still promise city of the future. The future arrived empty. Shanghai's satellite towns tell the same story on a grander scale. Songjiang New City, built for 1 million, registers nightly electricity usage equivalent to a mid-sized county seat. Metro Line 9 extensions terminate at stations where tumbleweeds would roll if wind reached the platforms. A viral video shows a delivery rider cycling 20 minutes through the district without passing another soul. Caption: "I ordered milk tea to a ghost town. It arrived cold." The human exodus fuels a secondary crisis: labor shortages in the very factories that once lured migrants. Foxconn's Zhengzhou plant, world's largest iPhone assembler, posted 50,000 openings in September 2025. Recruitment buses returned half full. Workers cite 4,000 yuan monthly wages against 3,000 yuan dormitory rents. One recruit, 19, explains, "My village home is gone. The city pays survival money. Survival is not life." Birth collapse accelerates the spiral. Official data admits 300,000 first-quarter births, but hospital insiders leak lower figures. A Nanjing obstetrician, speaking anonymously, reports, "We delivered 40 babies in March. Last year, 400. The nursery echoes, we merged 3 wards into 1. Kindergarten's post-closure notices faster than enrollment forms. In Shandong, a district with 120,000 residents shuttered 11 preschools in 6 months. The missing children phenomenon adds darker layers. Beyond Pan Yunan's dormitory vanishing, reports surface of entire rural classrooms emptying overnight. A Hebei primary school with 180 students in 2024 enrolled 42 this fall. Teachers whisper of parents pulling kids for family reasons that sound like coded flight. Online forums track patterns. Healthy teens, ages 12 to 16, disappearing from boarding schools. Common denominator: no ransom demands, no bodies, no traces. Organ harvesting rumors, long dismissed as conspiracy, gain traction through leaked transplant data. A Guangzhou hospital's 2025 quarterly report, accidentally posted then deleted, shows 1,200 pediatric organ arrivals against 180 declared child deaths. The discrepancy triggers Weibo storms before censors intervene. A former procurement nurse, now in exile, claims, "We received donations from unidentified sources, ages 10 to 15, always fresh." Population truth emerges in salt and electricity. Japan's National Institute of Population Studies, China's 2024 salt consumption, enough for 800 million people, not 1.4 billion. Shanghai Power Grid's residential nighttime load matches 10 million households, not the 25 million claimed. Leaked 2022. Shanghai Household Registration Database, 10.1 million entries. The gap fuels underground debate. Where did 600 million go? Economic rot feeds the flight. Capital outflows hit records. Safe haven assets, overseas property, gold, USD, drain domestic liquidity. A Beijing wealth manager reports, clients liquidate apartments at 60% loss to wire funds abroad. They say, better poor in Canada than trapped in China. The system responds with tighter controls. New rules cap overseas transfers at 10,000 USD per person annually. Gold shops require ID for purchases over 5 grams. Real estate transactions freeze without stability assessment. Yet the hemorrhage continues through crypto, hawala, and suitcases. Ghost cities become staging grounds for something else. Satellite imagery shows new fencing around abandoned districts. Night vision footage reveals convoys entering compounds marketed as logistics parks. Locals report hearing generators and seeing refrigerated trucks. No official purpose declared. A pattern crystallizes. Structural tofu-dreg, financial handcuffs, demographic implosion, enforcement terror, capital flight, and unexplained disappearances. The pieces interlock. A wall collapses because corners were cut to service debt. A mother jumps because the home's value vanished. A village dies because youth fled factories that pay survival wages. A child vanishes because systems built on lies require fresh inputs to sustain the facade. This is China in 2025, where the concrete beneath your feet is sand, the loan on your back is eternal, the crib in your nursery stays empty, and the streets outside fall silent one light at a time. The collapse is not coming. It is already here, measured in dust, debt, and absence.